Hari Om. Good morning and good evening to people in India. And welcome to the Stotra Bodha series talk number 10 on Saundar Lahari of Acharya Shankara, applications for cure, hearing, and spirituality. So, our keynote speaker today is Dr. C.L. Prabhakar, president of the Nadaveda Jayana Kendra and Waves Bangalore chapter, and we're going to have an exciting program with some chanting and some introductory remarks and concluding remarks. So let's please get started with the prayer. So Vasan sir, are you there? We can start with the prayer, please.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Bhadram Karnebe Shunayama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtabhagum Sastanuvihi Vashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddhashavaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अग्ने नयः सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देवा वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नमभुक्तिं विधेम ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूर इषभ्योऽतिव्याधि महारथो जायताम् दोग्ध्रीधेनुः वोढानड्वान् आसुसप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषाः जिष्णोरतेष्ठाः सभेयो युवा अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामेनः पर्जन्यो न वर्षतो फलवत्यो न वोषधयः पच्यन्ताम् योगक्षेमो नः कल्पेताम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः हरिः ओम तत्सत्.
Thank you, Vasan sir. So we will now play the chanting of Saundar Lahari by Dr. T. Sitaram Lakshmi.
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Today I am going to recite Saundar Lahari, first 41 slokas followed by Dhyana slokam, and end with Phalasruti, last sloka, and Phalasruti sloka. And first 41 slokas are called Ananda Lahari, directly brought down to the earth by Shankaracharya, composed by, recited by Paramashiva. They are Ananda Lahari. So those 41 slokas I am recite just now. ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ लौहित्यनिर्जितजपा कुसुमानुरागां पाशाङ्कुशौधनुऋषूनपि धारयन्तीं ताम्रेक्षणाम् अरुणमाल्यविशेषभूषां ताम्बूलपूरितमुखीं त्रिपुरां नमामि। शिवशक्त्या युक्तो यदि भवति शक्तः प्रभवितुं न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलः स्पन्दितुमपि। अतस्त्वाम् आराध्यां हरिहरविरिञ्चादिभिरपि प्रणन्तुं स्तोतुं वा कथमकृतपुण्यप्रभवति। तनीयां सम्पांसुं तव चरणपङ्कैर्हुभवम् विरिञ्चिन् सञ्चिन्वन् विरचयति लोकान् विकलान्। वहत्येनं शौरिः कथमपि सहस्रेण शिरसां हरः संक्षुद्यैनं भजति भजितोद्धूलनविधिम्। अविद्यानाम् अन्तस्तिमिरमिहिरद्वीपनगरी जडानां चैतन्यस्तवकमकरन्दस्रुतिझरी दरिद्राणां चिन्तामणिगुणनिका जन्मजलधौ निमग्नानां दंष्ट्रामुररिपुवराहस्य भवति। त्वदन्यः पाणिभ्याम् अभयवरदो दैवतगणः त्वमेका नैवासी प्रकटितिवराभीत्याभिनया। भयात्रातुं दातुं फलमपि च वाञ्छासमधिकं शरण्ये लोकानां तव हि चरणावेव निपुणौ। हरिस्त्वम् आराध्यां प्रणतजनसौभाग्यजननीं पुरा नारी भूत्वा पुररिपुमपि क्षोभमनयतु। स्वरोऽपि त्वां न त्वां रत्नेन लेह्येन वपुषा मुनीनामप्यन्तः प्रभवति हि मोहाय महतां। धनुः पौष्ट्रं मौर्वीं मधुकरमयी पञ्चविशिखा वसन्तः सामन्तो मलयमर्दायो धनरथः। तथाप्येकः सर्वं हिमगिरिसुते कामपि कृपाम् अपाङ्गते लब्धा जगदिदमनङ्गो विजेते। कुणत्काञ्चीदामा करकलभकुम्भस्तननता परीक्षीणा मध्ये परिणतशरश्चन्द्रवदना धनुर्बाणां पाशं शृणमपि दधानां करतलैः पुरस्तादास्तानः पुरमथित्वाहो पुरुषिकां। सुधा सिन्धोर्मध्ये सुरविटपिवाटी परिवृते मणिद्वीपो नीपपवनति चिन्तामणिगृहे। शिवाकारे मञ्चे परमशिवपर्यङ्कनिलयां भजन्ति त्वां धन्या कतिचन चिदानन्दलहरीं। महीं मूलाधारे कम्पमणिपूरे हुतवहं स्थितं स्वाधिष्ठाने हृदुमरुतमाकाशमुपरि। मनोबिभ्रूमध्ये सकलमपि भित्त्वा कुलपथं सहस्रारे पद्मे सहरसि भज्य विहरसे। सुधाधाराः सारैश्चरणैर्गुणान्तर्विगलितैः प्रपञ्चं सिञ्चन्ति पुनरभिरसाम्नाय महसः। अवाप्य स्वां भूमिं भुजगनिभमध्युष्टवलयं स्वमात्मानं कृत्वा स्वकुशिकुलकुण्डे कुहरणीं। चतुर्भिः श्रीकण्ठैः शिवयुवतिभिः पञ्चभिरपि प्रभिन्नाभिः शम्भो पवनमपि मूलप्रकृतिभिः। चतुष्वत्यारिंशद्वसदलकलाश्रितवलया त्रिरेखाभिः सार्धं सत्सवत्सरणकोणाः पर्णताः। त्वदीयं सौन्दर्यं तु हिमगिरिकन्ये तुलयितुं कवीन्द्रः कल्पन्ते कथमपि विरिञ्चि प्रभृतयः। यदा लोकोत्सख्य अमरललना यान्ति मनसां तपोभिर्दृष्ट्वापामपि गिरिशसायुज्य पदवीम्।
So with that, we can start the discourse portion of the program. Nana, is it Dr. Gopal? Will start introduction.
Yeah.
Please unmute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nana,
Sorry.
can
Ramesh is waiting. Please allow him. Yeah.
So Ramesh,
Om Shri Ganesh Sharda Gurubhyo Namaha. Respected Dr. Prabhakar sir and madam and all elders and my close friends and my students. I thank Dr. Prabhakar Guruji for giving me an opportunity to recite a song on Kundalini Yoga. I want to share my experience in the Kendra. I've been sharing my Kundalini knowledge whatever little I know, I am sharing with my students in the Kendra from the past about more than 15 years, 15 to 20 years. There, where we were practicing there, simultaneously there were homas going on there. And next day I used to come and teach the Kundalini. There was a powerful vibrations I could feel there. That is the beauty of this. Probably remembering all those things, where Guruji has asked me to recite this song. Before reciting that song, it's a song when I was practicing with my Guru, who is the direct disciple of Swami Shivananda Saraswati. And I had the opportunity to learn from him directly. When I was practicing about 3 decades back, one of the students who was practicing, I want to mention this, she did not have any belief, just like I just, she was coming to the class and she was arguing. One day, she went to deep state, nearly 2 hours she did not get up. That happened to her. And afterwards, and this song is written by her. And she did PhD in yoga afterwards. And completely, her personality was completely changed. This is the instance. I remember her for this. This song is a very simplest method of going to this Kundalini yoga, the Mooladhara, that Shat Chakra Vedana. Those who are not having any knowledge of it. So I will give you an introduction and then I will recite this song. Whereas this Kundalini is nothing but the cosmic energy hidden within us in the Mooladhara. That is where we sit at the bottommost portion of our spinal cord. It is the cosmic energy coiled up in the form of a coiled energy. We call it as Devi, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Parvati, whatever we call that, it is in the Shakti form. And we make her to wake up and bless us by piercing different chakras. Chakras are nothing but cosmic energy centers within our body. We realize that divinity within us, that is the spirit of Kundalini Yoga or Kundalini Dhyana. And from Mooladhara to Sahasrara, we pass from one chakra to another chakra. We use some yantra, mantra, and tantra for this purpose in our regular class. But I don't want to go into details. I don't have time for all this. And mantra is an akshara or group of aksharas which produce a definite frequency of sound or shabda when pronounced in a particular manner with an appropriate meter. Mantra is therefore an articulate power embodied within specific sound formula. According to Hiranyagarbha Muni, mantra is the seed of sound vibration and consists of a single or group of words. Sound wave with a definite frequency produced by different mantras will produce different effect on our mind and body. So we use Bija mantras for awakening energies in different centers of cosmic energy. That is different chakra. There are six chakras. The Mooladhara, the Devi is residing there in the form of a serpent, which is tail in its mouth. So in the normal human being, it doesn't work. Only in yogi, it starts functioning. They got 72,000 nadis, which are the channels to pass prana shakti to that. And among them, the 3 nadis, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna are very important. The Sushumna is dormant with ordinary people who are not yogi, who are not sadhaka. It will be dormant. Prana will not pass through this Sushumna nadi. These nadis are subtle nadis which are situated along the spinal cord, which are not visible if you dissect a body. At the Sushumna nadi, the mention of which is there even in Saundarya Lahari. Today, I don't want to very details of Saundarya Lahari. Guruji is giving the full explanation there, but I will mention only in 9th and 10th sloka. Mahi Mooladhare Kamapi Manipure Utavaham स्थितं स्वादिष्ठाने हृदि मृतमाकाशमुपरि मनोऽपि भ्रूमध्ये सकलमपि गत्वा कुलपथं सहस्रारे पद्मे हरसि पत्याप्ति हरसे. Here it is mentioned how Devi Kundalini stays and she passes from chakras to chakra. It is mentioned here also. Even in 10th chapter also, it is mentioned about 72,000 nadis. It is mentioned there also. So here, the important nadi is Sushumna. Unless we do some sadhana, Sushumna nadi will not function. In our technique, we use this Bandhatraya Pranayama, where all the three knots, astral knots, like Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu Granthi, Shiva Granthi, and Rudra Granthi. These Granthis are pierced through some Kriya, through the Bandhatraya Pranayama, and we pave way for Kundalini to pass through from Mooladhara to. This is the simple explanation I have given. Now I will sing this song. While singing this song, you kindly go to the respective places along the spinal cord so that you will feel it. You will feel it. When I think Guruji will remember when we went to Nepal. In fact, we had a wonderful experience there in front of Himalayas. I remember that one. So I will sing this song. You please close your eyes and you will be doing meditation also. This is the simplest meditation. No technique, nothing. Yantra mantra is not here. Simply you close your eyes and go to the respective along with this song. It's in Kannada. I will explain it in English if the time permit. It takes about 5 minutes. So please go to the Mooladhara and the respective places of your this one center along the Sushumna Nadi. Mooladhara in where you are sitting, near just behind your genitals, just above this Swadhisthana is there, near the genitals and along the spinal cord, along the Sushumna Nadi, and Manipura is there just behind your navel, and Anahata is just the Hrudaya, your chest region. All these chakras are spiritual centers are along the spinal cord, along the Sushumna Nadi. We should imagine that, and Vishuddha is there just behind your neck pit, just behind the neck pit, and Agna Chakra in between your eyebrows, and Sahasrara and the center of your brain. This is just I have given the explanation. Now, while going through the song, you please imagine those places, go to those places, and you enjoy it very well. This bhakti is very important. Let us invoke Mahakundalini in the form of song and bhakti. Om Kundalinye Namaha. Om Ichchashaktiye Namaha. Om Kriyashaktiye Namaha. Om Jnanashaktiye Namaha. Om Kundalinye Namaha. Om Mahakundalini Shakti Yaddubaramma 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 Yaddu Bandhu Vikasataya Needamma. Om Mahakundalini Shakti Yaddubaramma. ನಾಲ್ಕುದಳ ಕಮಲದ ಮೂಲಾಧಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀ ದೈವಿಕ ಸ್ಥಿರ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಗಡಗಿರುವೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಥಿರ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ. ಓಂ ಎದ್ದುಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಆರುದಳ ಕಮಲದ ಸ್ವಾದಿಷ್ಠಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀ ದೈವಿಕ ಚಲನ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಗಡಗಿರುವೆ. ಆ ಚಲನ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ. ಓಂ ಮಹಾಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಎದ್ದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ತು ದಳ ಕಮಲದ ಮಣಿಪುರ ಚಕ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀ ದೈವಿಕ ಶರೀರ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಗಡಗಿರುವೆ ಆ ಶರೀರ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ ಓಂ ಮಹಾಕುಂಡಲಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಎದ್ದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ 12 ದಳ ಕಮಲದ ಅನಾಹತ ಶಕ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀ ದೈವಿಕ ಭಾವನಾ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಕಡಗಿರುವೆ ಆ ಭಾವ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ ಓ ಮಹಾಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಎದ್ದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ 16 ದಳ ಕಮಲದ ವಿಶುದ್ಧ ಚಕ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀ ದೈವಿಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಗಡಗಿರುವೆ ಆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿಯ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ ಓ ಮಹಾಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಎದ್ದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಎದ್ದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಎದ್ದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಎದ್ದು ಬಂದು ವಿಕಸತೆಯ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ 2 ದಳ ಕಮಲದ ಆಜ್ಞಾ ಚಕ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀ ದೈವಿಕ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯಾಗಿರುವೆ ಆ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ ನೀ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಂಚಿನಂತೆ ಸಂಚರಿಸಿ ಶಿವ ಸಂಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಲಿದಾಡಿದಾಗ ಜಗಕ್ಕೆ ಆನಂದ ಜಗಕ್ಕೆ ಆನಂದ ಆ ಪರಮಾನಂದವ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ ನಮಗೆ ನೀಡಮ್ಮ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇಳಿದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಇಳಿದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಇಳಿದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಇಳಿದು ಬಂದು ಇಳಿದು ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಾಧಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಪ್ತವಾಗಿರಮ್ಮ ಸುಪ್ತವಾಗಿರಮ್ಮ ಸುಪ್ತವಾಗಿ Thank you very much. May Mother Kundalini bless you all. Thank you, sir, for giving me an opportunity to share this with all of you. Thank you all. Namaste.
Yeah, it was very beautiful. Thank you. Nana, please go ahead.
Yeah. So this is a very interesting thing, and it's a spiritual session. And we have the pleasure of, or the fortune of, the Yogacharya T.S. Gopal, Garu, who has been a teacher, faculty, and inspired so many people since a very, very, very long time in our Nadaveda Adhyayana Kendra. And we used to have every evening our 11-10 program, and Kundalini Shakti was taught to us, our yoga has been taught to us for 3 years continuously. I was just going through my book on Saundarya Lahari called Aruna Sri Saundarya Lahari. And in this, I have included all information regarding the Saundarya Lahari. And of course, Saundarya Lahari is a work of 100 stanzas done by Acharya Sankara and inspired very much by Devi, Anugraha, and also there are occasions when he had to write a book on or a praise on Devi Parvati, Adishakti Swarupini, and I'm very much thankful to T.S. Gopal. Again, we remember we sat down in the yoga class that he was taking in the evenings and teaching. While teaching every time, either at the beginning or at the end, we used to sing that sound, it's a particular Prarthana Sloka. And I was remember the student who wrote this seems to be by name Chaya. She's from France, she's been there. But she came and got inspired and then wrote down, and it is immortal because it is a good prayer. So that is about because Saundarya Lahari is just another book on the Kundalini Yoga, because we have got some relevant slokas where Saundarya Lahari or Kundalini Yoga has been practiced. And before that, I must make some prayer and start the program. So allow me to that. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvaviknopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Nupasmahe Gnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatika Krutim Adharam Sarvavidyanam Hayagrivam Sarvaswarupe Sarvese Sarvashakti Samanvite Papebhyaha Bhayebhyaha Trahino Devi Durge Devi Namostute Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute. And so whenever we start any session, whether a spiritual session or a ritual session or an academic session, we always used to start with the Dhyana Sloka of Devi, how she has got to be imagined or meditated upon whenever we take to this sloka, this Saundarya Lahari. And the Saundarya Lahari is the wave of bliss that is being translated, the Ananda. That's why the Saundarya Lahari has got 2 divisions. Generally, people speak about it, but all 100 is one unit only, but for convenience, they talk about it. But I'll come to that. Now I recite the Dhyana Slokam. Lauhitya Nijjita Japa Kusumanuragam Ashankusau Dhanurishunapi Dharayantim Tambretshanamarunamalya Visesha Bhusham Tambula Purita Mukhim Tripuram Namami Tambula Purita Mukhim Tripuram Namami. So this is a wonderful prayer and also a picture that we can keep in our mind screen when we go to meditation or talking about Devi and all that. So what is the complexion that Parameswari is bearing is she is having the raga and that of the Japa Kusuma, and she has 4 hands. All the 4 hands are not kept free. Pasha, Ankusha, Dhanu, and Ishu. All these four, that means all her four hands are busy. She cannot do anything with her hand. But remaining thing is her feet and looks. That's why Tamre Kshanam, she has got a very gracious, affectionate, and compassionate looks upon the devotees. And she is decked with Arunamalas, that is red, crimson color ornaments and all that. But one most important feature that we remember in the Saundarya Lahari Devata is she is having the tambulam in her mouth. Tambula Purita Mukhi. So whenever people resort to Tambula Sevana, only when they are completely happy, their stomach is full and they have got some leisure to enjoy or munch Tambula enjoy, and afterwards the whole mouth and tongue becomes quite Aruna Varna, and that is the wonderful status. So Shankaracharya, our Guru, has visualized Devi as Tambula Purita Mukhi in a sense that she is very much present in order to bless her devotees at any juncture, ready. And moreover, her hands are having the weapons, Pasha, Ankusha, and Dhanu issue, and therefore we have not got any kind of fear. Whenever whatever weapon is needed to drive away the evil attacking us, remaining in us, which we want to drive away from us, and whereafter we turn very much pure, all that she will be able to perform and execute, and therefore her hands. That way we understand Saundarya Lahari Devata, Tripura Sundari, Maha Tripura Sundari. She is a very Karunamayi, and plenty of literature is available in that. So this Saundarya Lahari 100 slokas has been noted to be in two divisions, but some people follow, some people take it as a unit. For example, first 41 slokas go by the name Ananda Lahari. The remaining the remaining slokas go by the name Saundarya Lahari. So all the slokas have been beautifully modeled, and there is a gradation of thought process also. Actually, acharyas of the height of Sankara need not have any kind of preparation. And so it is because when once we open our mind, it is not our mouth, it is the Devi's mouth. Look at it, our Gopalji, when reciting, we live the experience of that kind of vibration, and also visualization at each state. And moreover, why we remember her like that? Because we want such most important. This is going to be a very practical session, because earlier we have been having already 2 lectures in the monthly meet series. One by the Sarita Devi has spoken about it, and there was another one. So now we are having the 3rd session, where I thought, or it is just urged by the Arularan. He actually proposed to do it, but unfortunately or fortunately, he was not able to make this today's program. He has to go to Singapore for something else. Anyway, so I thought, no, the date was fixed, and so we should have something talked about the practicality, because in 2001, I attended the Saundarya Yajna being performed by our Guru, V.S. Krishnan, in Nagpur. And when he was doing and all that, I got tempted. And then I was very much impressed. It is not it is not involving much paraphernalia and all that. Short time, you get hold of the entire benefit, because she is a Tripura Sundari. So I asked Guruji that V.S. Krishnan, he is no more, we pay our homage, but his name is there. And he started Saundarya Lahari Satsanga in Nagpur, and he was employing all the mantras, slokas as mantras, and trying to benefit many people with all sorts of problems. But moreover, apart from the mundane problems, there is also the super mundane problems, our own spiritual problem, because we subsist body, mind, and spirit. The body and mind, we have got doctors for body, we have got doctors for mind, but we have got to find a doctor for our spirit. So we must want spiritual gurus who will really make us go on the right track. That's why we say that Supatha Raye Asman Naya. So that we make a prayer to Agni, Supatha Raye. And what is that Supatha? And all that summarily has been given to us by our Gopalji when he recited this. We want to have Vikasa, the brightness of our buddhi. That is, intelligence is liable for growth as we acquire a lot of knowledge, lot of experience. Swanubhavaika Vedya, Krishna, Shankaracharya says, everything you can have the enhancement depending upon the experience, depending upon your effort, depending upon your devotion. So that kind of, and buddhi is something that has been endowed to all. Sarvasya jantoho buddhi rasti. To all jantus, there is buddhi. But only the two bipeds, two-legged animals have got that buddhi more. That's why we have plenty of literature and number of acharyas who try to work upon our buddhi such that our indriyas, jnanendriyas and karmendriyas are kept under control. For example, in entire Bhagavad Gita, what is Krishna as an acharya of acharyas emphasizing? He says, Mayi, see, you shall mean yogi bhava and Mayi buddhim nivesaya, and like that, he Mayarpita mano buddhi, like that. So that vikasata of the buddhi, Parameswari will give us when we adopt Saundarya Lahari culture. Secondly, we have also another buddhi, what we call Sushma buddhi. So as we rise up from the chakra to chakra, there is that kind of elevation which we are asking in this prayer. That's what Sushma buddhi also. And after this buddhi shakti improving and bhavana, and then we have got the daivika chalana shakti important. Jaivika stira bhakti, daivika chalana bhakti, chalana shakti, both are important. Of course, Kalidasa says, for example, if you want to be a wonderful devotee, first we have to adopt Sanmarga, then stira bhakti yoga, then you have got Ashtamurti Sakshatkara. That's what the Kalidasa in his 3 dramas told. Like that, here we have Sushma Buddhi, and then we have got the Daivika Stira Bhakti, Daivika Chalana Shakti, and Daivika Sharira Shakti. And I don't want to explain all these terms because each term itself is very pregnant with large meaning and with a number of things. That's why I don't explain these things, but I only indicate to you when our Guruji, Yoga Guru is doing that prarthana, he is trying to put request for Devi to give in us Daivika Charana Shakti and Daivika Sarira Shakti. No, Daivika, Daivika, Daivika. That we have got a divine, divine, divine. Even in when we make so many namaskaras in Namakam, ultimately we say that Daivi Sampat should come to us. That's why Daivika Sarira Shakti. And after that, Bhavana Shakti. Because Bhavani, Bhavana Gamya, Bhavaranya Kutarika, Bhadrapriya, Bhadramurti, etc. So to say that Bhavana Prapancha, and she is called Bhavani. And Shankaracharya and Saundarya told that Bhavani Dasye Tvam. Amma, you are Bhavani. That is, you are trying to rid ourselves from the Bhavana Prapancha, from the birth and death and all that. So that, but we must have the elevated bhavanas, and bhavana again, Parameswari should grant us, and for that yoga is important. So bhavana shakti, and next is the buddhi shakti. That is, bhavanas are there, good, bad, and different. Sattva, rajas, tamo guna bhavanas are there, but always we are advised by the acharyas to try to eliminate as far as possible the tamasic and rajas and get on to Sattva Vriddhi, because Sattva Shakti or Satta it is called will definitely elevate us to the higher planes of Brahma Padam. That's why we want that Buddhi Shakti elevated, and then Sukshma Shakti, and ultimately we have got Paramananda Anubhava. See, the Anubhava or the experience or visualization of the experience, all are matter of that. Because today we have come up with the theme, cure, healing, and spirituality. Because we may not, academically we can have, because we have got a number of commentaries. There are 36 and more than 40, including myself. So 40 and more commentaries are there for Saundarya Lahari. So, and in fact, we are inspired to comment the Saundarya Lahari culture in our Kendra. And I don't know, Supujar and some earlier senior students like our Vasan and also Ramesh and earlier people also, because we started in 1994, our Vedacharya Kendra. So Hariharananda Swamiji was there. He brought Saundarya Lahari with 8 commentaries, big volume. And he discoursed on Saundarya Lahari for the first time, and with the help of that, and we could all. And he presented also the volumes to our Kendra library started. So he spoke about the importance of Saundarya Lahari academically, spiritually, and what it could do. So ultimately, what we are going to get from the Saundarya Lahari is Paramananda Anubhava. Even Mahanarayana Upanishad sessions which you are doing, it has to merge in Paratattva Nirupanam, Gnana Sadhanam, and Gnana Ananda Anubhavam. That's how the Mahanarayana Upanishad. Otherwise, Mahanarayana is Parameswara himself, Parameswari herself. So that is exactly what we are able to derive by Upasana of Saundarya. Just Parayanam itself will have a great deal of impact upon us. So just to cursorily know what Shankara has done, or Guruji has done in 100 slokas, and why at all that? You see, an anecdote is there. Shankaracharya happened to go to the place of Shankara, where at the time when Shankara, Adi Shankara was reciting, praising Parvati, because he loves his wife most. Parvati Parameswara Dampatya is ideal role model, not the Sitaram Dampatya or Lakshmi Narayana Dampatya or any other. That's why we always say Parvati Parameswara, because Ardhanarishwara Swarupa. In Saundarya Lahari, Shankara Acharya told that although she occupied 50% of the personality of Shiva, she wants to overpower and become completely the same. Ardhanarishwara Swarupam, no Purna Narishwara Swarupam. That's exactly what is that. So before that, I want to tell you that in the first 2 slokas, there is a beautiful description of Devi Varnana. How important is Devi? Shivaha Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shaktaha Prabhavitam Nache Devam Devaha Nakalu Kushalaha Spanditumapi, etc. There, you see, he can't even shake the blade of grass, then Shakti does not cooperate. So, Kushalaha Nabhavati, the word Kushala is really interesting, that no, Kushala is health. Nobody can become healthy enough. That is, he will do it. So, healthy means not the heart cooperation. If the heart is completely sound, we are able to be energetic. We have, last week we had a talk on our heart health and heart and all that. So, Kushalaha, and 2 slokas upon the importance of Devi's associateship for any man or Purusha. And then in the next few slokas, he talked about the Saguna Swarupa of Parameswari, because we can always go to abstract thinking after having some concrete model. So concretization and then abstract. For example, our yoga master would say, the moment she starts the class, close your eyes and observe your breath, and then start pranayama, and then still your mind. Well, these are all important preliminary things, where we will be able to plane into a different plane of joy and bliss. Unless you close your eye, you cannot, otherwise your eye will be watching so many mundane things. Like that, we have also the Sagunopasana of Devi in slokas, for example, 3rd, 8, 22, and 30. And when we go to 26th stanza, we have got the Nirguna Upasana or Swarupa of Devi. And we should all remember that all the Vidyas, Dasamahavidyas are there. And among all Vidyas, Vidyas are tools. They are all philosophically helping tools through which you can realize the respective Aradhya Devatas or the Parabrahmas. You know, one Parabrahma is higher, and Ganapati is a Parabrahma, Surya is a Parabrahma. But these are all different formations and the changes that Parabrahma himself divides himself. So that is to say that the option is given to the devotees. They can choose any forum, anyone, and go on. So you get that kind of that. So for that, especially for Devi Upasana or Sri Vidya, Sri Chakra Upasana is there, and Sri Vidya Upasana. So what is the Sri Vidya? Ultimately, it has been said by Bhayagreva himself to Agastya Maharshi that Sri Vidya Upasakana Punarjanma na Vidyate. And Charame Janmani Sri Vidya Upasako Bhavayat. See, only in the penultimate birth, anybody would be introduced to the Sri Vidya. We are all like that, I believe, because we are now getting on to the Sri Vidya plane or vehicle. So Yoga Rudha or Sri Vidya Rudha. Now Madam comes and rings the bell. So Sri Vidya Rudha, that is, we are all catching up, sitting up in the vehicle of Sri Vidya and trying to know. And where is this Devi located? The location of the Devi is also important. Sri Chakra Nilayaye Namaha, Sri Chakra Namraja. And so in 11th sloka of Saundar Lahari, our Acharya gives some knowledge about Sri Chakra Upasana system. And in fact, in our Vedadhyana Kendra journey, we had Sri Chakra Upasana session started by some Swamiji, a Kerala Swami came and inaugurated. We had some talks on Sri Chakra and Sri Vidya and all that long years back in Mahanandamayi Bhavan. And you know that the Sri Vidya is having a Panchadasa Akshari and also Gayatri mantra and again Shodasi mantra. So these are all the three Sri Vidya Upasana mantras. You can do that Upasana that. So in 31 and 33 sloka, you have got Shodasi. That's called Sauh Bijam. Aim Kayela Hrim Klim Hasagala Hrim Sauh Sakala Hrim. That Sauh Bija ultimately becomes the Shodasi. That is, she becomes the Shodasatmika Parameswari, whereby that she is perfectly, completely visualized. And therefore, even Hayagriva Maharshi in Lalita Sahasranamam tells, Paurnamasyam Chandrabimbe Pasyet Srimat Lalitambikam. And again, he also says that he can use Saurya Bimbe Pasyet Srimat Durgambikam. Look at the contrast between Durga and Lalita. Durga is a powerful executive and inspector-like power of Devi, and Lalita Parameswari is quite soft and quite pleasant and quite authoritative, etc. So that Sri Vidya is the Shodasi that we can get on to that. And now, just now we have got some introductory remark or information about Kundalini Shakti. Even Parameswara, the Angacharya, talks about the Kundalini in the 10th, 14th and 20th sloka. And our Gopalji has recited the 10th sloka. Very, very important. So from the health point of view, for any after surgery, for wound healing, for any kind of healing and cuts and accidents and all that, the 10th sloka will activate the quickness of healing. Therefore, I always tell those people who are having the pain and some such accidental problems, I recite 10th stanza. So the 10th stanza is very important for Kundalini because you are just rising it. And remember, mantra and tantra and yantra, mantra, tantra, yantra and mani. So these are all the very important gadgets and they are available before us. And if you take that, I will explain about the mantra, tantra and all that importance. And let me cover this. And slokas 12, 24, 25, 26, 28 and 29 of Saundar Lahari talk about Sri Vidya. What is Sri Vidya? In fact, we have a Sri Vidya Foundation America. They have recently completed 1 lakh time reciting the Durga Saptasati Parayanam. And they are going to perform the Laksha Chandi Homam or something like that. And something like so that's the biggest project which is going on, because for this Sri Vidya there are 3 books. They are called Prasthana Trayi, something like for Vedanta we have got Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita, and for Sri Vidya we have got Lalita Sahasranamam, then Durga Saptasati and Saundarya Lahari. And you remember Saundarya Lahari is ultimate because there is no war in Saundarya Lahari. In Lalita Sahasranamam, Lalita Parameswari is a warrior. Bhanda Daitya Vasodjukta Shakti Mukhya Shakti Sena Samavruta Namo Namaha. So she had to do away that Bhandasura. And her other forces have finished that Bhandasura's brothers. That is Vishukra Pranaharana. And all these fellows were put off. But even Durga Saptasati, we have got Durgamma coming. She's got a floodlight. She became a woman. All gods have fought with Mahisasura, Bandasura, Shumbha, Shumbha, and Raktabija, and all the Asuras through Sri Shakti, Sri Devata, Parashakti, Adishakti, Durga Parameswari. So if Durga Parameswari is operative, means she has got, that's why Navadurga Prakirtitaha. So there again, there is a beautiful war. We have got a beautiful war description, Durga Saptasati, which I am doing every Tuesday to Atlanta group of people, and Durga Saptasati. I have done Saundarya Lahari also for 2 groups from Atlanta, America, and 2 groups separately. I have done them different days. One on Friday and Tuesday. That's a different one. So we observe that Sri Vidya is being very much eulogized and explained and all that. And Sri Vidya Foundation is there. Trayi Vidya we have got in Mysore. That Nagarajan, he is doing wonderful job in Mysore. I mean, there are live practical, because we are here with a practical session to know the applications of the Saundarya Lahari. It is not just knowing the importance of Devi's beauty, attractions, and all that. Apart from that, what she is that? What can Devi do for us? Something like Max Muller, who gave lectures. What Veda can teach us? What India can teach us? So that is our practical necessity. That's why we say that. Now, another is slokas 23 and 24. 23 and 24 talks about the Shiva Shakti Upasana. So ultimately in the entire Lalita Sahasranamam, where we are taken to Sri Mata, Sri Maharajni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari, so on. And the thousand more name is Shiva Shakti Eka Swarupini Lalita Ambika. So if at all you want to name a combined energy where Shiva and Shakti are united, unison, there is no differentiation made, then that is Lalita. Lalita. So that means Namaparayana Prita Nandi Vidyanateswari. Namaparayana means if you just utter the word Lalita, that is Namaparayana. Because so simple it is. Something like Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Padam Padamevacha. You just utter a verse half of a Bhagavad Gita, or even a one word from Bhagavad Gita. If you utter, you get all the Padam and all that. So Shiva Shakti Upasana, you find 23, 24, and see Samayachara Tatpara. That's what we find Lalita Sahasranam. You see, we have got Vamachara and other acharas are there, traditional approaches to please Devi. But Devi is all in all, Kali. When she is Mahakali, Kali Upasana is tough. Durga Upasana is better. But Lalita Upasana is simple and easy. That's why Lalita Upasana means Sri Vidya Upasaka. And thereby our Janma will not be there, because Janma Jara Tapta Jana Visranti Dayini. So what is the practical application of resorting to Lalita Parameswari is she will try to completely cancel the incidents of Janma and jara, and the dukkha that results out of this janma and jara. Old people have always complaints. That's why they say that Buddhasya badham katham darunaha janati. The old man's problems, young people can't understand. Tata, you are always coughing. I asked my father to join you in Vruddhashram. I don't want you. My sleep is disturbed. There are some grandchildren like that. No, this is what, but they can't understand. And some people come, Tata, do you know coughing also? That's also question there. Anyway, all this kind of practical, physical, and mental difficulties are being squared up by the grace of Parameswari. Janma, Jara, Dukkha, and Visranti is retirement. So we want retirement not from the office or from the family. If wife dies, retirement. If children go away to other countries and all that, that's a retirement. So to say, but ultimately you remain alone. And we have to get out. Then we don't want to come back. That's why Visranti is a permanent retirement, exactly called Kaivalya Prapti, Moksha Prapti, Nirvana Prapti, whatever you want to. Because the Janma we are having itself is enough experience. And if at all you want to have a little glimpses of that, you go to school and sit in the classroom. You take your children to the classroom, to the school, and stay at the gate. And sometimes, if you are more lucky, living more than 60 years, you will take your grandchild also to the school and wait at the gate to bring back the grandchild back, because your son is going to office. He will give you key and ask, Papa, you could take it. So this is what we are having. But this kind of experience when we are breathing our life. So that's why Shiva Shakti Upasana and Samayachara Tatparatvam will make us completely done. And up to 41 sloka, we have got Samayachara. And from 41 sloka and up to 99 slokas, Shankaracharya has tried to imagine and give us a picture of Devi. How does Devi appear like? And the painters have been doing. For example, we have got one picture of Devi in Saundara Lahari. How that? See, she Padmasanam, Padmasana Sthitam, Arunam. We have got so many famous slokas describing that Devi. And both hands are up. And now we have got another Devi photo. And always question comes up. One leg down upon the footstool. And another leg she has folded it. This is also another poster of Devi. And people put question why this is the Yogasana which Devi takes. Both hands up. Both legs up, sitting like this, and one leg down on legs. That's why there is the other leg, the right leg is up on the footstool. And in 25th sloka, you notice that there are all the gods waiting. Trayanam, Devanam, Triguna Tavasive. In the 25th sloka, Shankara mentions that there are all gods waiting near our footstool to receive the postings. Yaru ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ఎవరు ఏ జాబ్ చేయాలి అని ఆర్డర్స్ కోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నారు. బికాస్ షీ ఇస్ ది సింహాసనేశ్వరి. షీ ఇస్ ది సుప్రీం అథారిటీ. నాట్ ఓన్లీ షీ శ్రీమాత, షీ శ్రీ మహాలక్ష్మి, శ్రీ శ్రీమత్ సింహాసనేశ్వరి. And she is and also she has got the scepter in her hand, the commanding power, the danda, to punish or to uphold. She has got that danda. That's why the danda that she is having is very important. Ichu danda, Ubhyushitar. She is having sugar cane. Sugar cane is not completely sweet. There are knots. At the knot, you cannot enjoy that. It's very hard. So only the other than the knot, you have got. So why she preferred Chudanda is again symbolic, mystical. But if I go to the picture like that, it will be a different lecture. But our point is given now. And then Apada Varshana. And in the 100th sloka, we have got the Samarpana. So in the last sloka, that Paramatma, he ultimately, Shankaracharya says, Pradipajvalabhi Divasakara Nirajana Vidhi Sudha Sutes Chandropala Jala Lava Eka Aghyarachana स्वकीयैः अम्भोभिः सलिलनिधि सौहित्यकरणं त्वदीयाभिर्वाग्भिः तव जननि वाचां स्तुतिरियं त्वदीयाभिर्वाग्भिः. Amma, all this is not mine. Just surrender to the sacred feet of Vani. And that Vani, that's why you remember in Lalita Sahasranam also, she called the Vagdevis, asked them to compose 1,000 slokas, 1,000 names. And when they completed, they announced our work is done. She, in open court, she asked Vagdevis to recite the Lalita Sahasranam. That is the first chapter. Generally, people don't read first chapter and third chapter of Lalita Aksharam. Suddenly, directly they go to Sri Mata, Sri Maharajni, last one, and they say Mangalaharti, Puja, Naivedyam, Bhojanam. So this is what is happening in Lalita Sahasranam. But really, one sloka from first chapter, the other sloka from third chapter will make it completely done. And now we let us come to the cure. If at all we want to have a cure of all sorts of diseases, the 58th sloka is very, I don't want to read all that, but I just give the number, because if I were to read and explain that, I have done for months together to groups of people in America and also in India and all that. So our time already, I'm reaching that, because other people are also waiting to talk something more about this. Because so this 58th sloka is a cure for all diseases. 40th, and if you want to have particular specialization, I just mentioned a few where 40th sloka for all the diabetics and Mooladhara Chakra, because all problems connected below the navel of our body, because navel is the center of our body. Navel above is called Swargaloka, navel below is called Bhuloka. And our body has been divided into three parts, three lokas. Swarga, see, Bhuloka is down the navel, and navel to Kantha is the Antariksha Loka, space, and from Kantha and above the head is called Juloka. So our body has been divided into two. That's why Bhuvanasya Nabhihi, so Bhuvanasya Nabhi is that. So our body itself is a wonderful mathematical diagram, and so many things are there. Therefore, accordingly, all the slokas have got employment. So all the 100 slokas are the rubricated mantras. Each sloka has got a tantra. Each sloka is a mantra, and all that is there in this particular Chakropasana. And so mantra, tantra, and all these things are there in these things. And yes. And when we are born, when we are growing, we have got generally legitimate desires and reasonable wants and desires. See, Parameswari will not grant hopeless bhavanas. Everybody purchasing Lysurstadt lottery ticket will make offering prayer to Goddess. Amma, I purchased state lottery ticket, let me get that price. We don't know. So that's why it is said legitimate desires, reasonable desires and wants, because they can be achieved. And if at all we violate dharma, we try to overpower that or encroach into the normalcy of the life, then we are punished. Therefore, it says Dushta Danava Bhanjini. See, when Danavas are very great devotees for her, all Rakshasas are very good devotees. But when they turn to be Dushtas by virtue of their own boons and power, that's exactly what happened. Hiranyaksha or Hiranyakasipu or so many, you can name some number of people. Ravanasura, Banasura, a great number of the Rakshasas are there. They're highly devoted. Even the gods also find it a problem to kill them or to give permission to get them killed. For example, Surya Bhagavan gave permission to Rama to kill Ravana. But for that, he would not have killed Rama. Ravana Hanta, he could not have become. Because their fight was Aravanam Aramam Va. Either Rama should be there or Ravana should be there in the world. That was the spirit of fighting. And therefore, dushta, and what the legitimate desires. So what are the legitimate desires that we can have? For example, education, progress in life, and getting married, a good wife. Because bharya manoramam dehi sila vruttanusarinim rupam dehi jayam dehi rupam dehi jayam dehi. Like that, we make a constant prayer. What we want? Bharya manoramam dehi. Bharya means not the spouse. A lady must get a good husband, then her problem is solved. A man should get a good wife, his problem is solved. Good wife and good husband. Who is that good wife and good husband? Not giving so much of gifts and make her happy or make him happy. No. Spiritual, support the spiritual activity. If you want to do puja, she must help you. She will prepare Naivedyam in the kitchen. You will do the puja. By the time you complete your Mangala Harati, then she will bring all the dishes for Naivedyam. That is good wife. And supply all, means support our dharma. That's why we call a wife as the Dharma Patni. And Pati is not called Dharmapati. Dharmapati is not the name for a man, but wife, a woman is very important. Therefore, good marriage, fruitful marriage, as our fruitful living. That is fruitful marriage, is fruitful living. And that is the center. So all the yoga will help us all that. Next, we have got healing of whatever complaint, because body is always exposed to injury, cut, and infection. And inside infection, outside infection. So if it is infection inside, we have got the signal. For example, fever is the signal for any kind of repair needed by any part of our body inside. If liver or spleen or heart, anything happens, fever comes. And that why the fever comes is an important diagnosis which people have got to do. That's why, there is a fever hospital in Hyderabad, because fever itself is a very big subject in medicine. If Gopi Chand and all people are there, they know that fever is only a signal. People can investigate into that. Anyway, so for that kind of, that's why in the 8th sloka, Jwara, that's what is called Jwara. And Jwara is a visham, is a poison. So we have got that Aralate Keseshu, that Jwara is to visham. And visham is to be removed, that Garuda. So there is a compliment for Devi given by Shankara. Just like the Garuda is able to remove the visham, Devi also does it. Therefore, we have got Garuda Upanishad. That is, deadly poisonous things like cancer, tuberculosis, chronic pains, chronic diseases, etc. can be cured by reciting the sloka number 20 of Saundarya Lahari. That's why there are so many people who have been relieved by reciting, doing that 20th sloka, and also the 30th, 36th sloka is good enough to get the deadly diseases, the poisonous one. People don't die, slowly they get out of that. So I have a number of examples to quote in our history of Vedadhyana Kendra for 26 years. We are going to have the 27th celebration on 19 December. Now itself in advance, I invite all of you to participate in that. So we have a number of people. Now, for example, in marriage also, I want to tell you, a software engineer who was 4 feet tall, was turning 30, his parents became very much worried. And the relation told me, sir, my boy is only 4 feet tall. He's not able to get a bride for him. All brides are refusing. Your dwarf, I can marry. Ultimately, I asked them to come and do 3 Saundarya Lahari Puja Homa, and they did it. And after 3 months, I get a phone call, sir, marriage fixed. Please come attend the marriage in Krishna Kalyana Mandapam. It is your neighbor house in JP Nagar. And I went to marriage by phone call only. To my surprise, the bride is 3 feet 9 inches. The boy is 4 feet tall. And she is also a software engineer. And moreover, look at that. The boy from Malleswaram, Bangalore, and the girl is from Rajajanagar, Bangalore. So you imagine what a beautiful So they had to wait such a long time to have that kind of, and they are very much happy in that, and health. And again, apart from all this body, mind repair, and we had, in fact, I have given, there is a list also in my Soundarya book. I have given which sloka is applicable to what kind of complaints that we have got. And more important is to get the spiritual bent of life, mind, yogic bent of life. That's why Yogi Bhavarjuna, Krishna word, even the same here, Yogi Bhavarjuna, Yudhyasva Arjuna, Maya Buddhim, Mayarpita Mano Buddhihi. So these are all the key words. Even in Soundarya, Shankaracharya also tells that you try to devote yourself. So spiritual bent of mind and also behavior. Because to believe the Parameswari to be like that requires a definitely a set of mind and believe, because faith and belief are the foundation for any religion or any philosophy. If you don't have faith and belief, you will not be happy at all. You will have doubts. Samsayatma vinasyati. Krishna said, if you keep on nurturing doubts and doubts and doubts, you will never progress. Therefore, Krishna gave a long rope, asking Arjuna to put forth all his yogic doubts, religious doubts, and dharmic doubts. And Krishna was able to clear all that. Our NCP Nath has listed 154 doubts of Arjuna and given answers to them, question and answer like from Bhagavad Gita. He has prepared 33 pages article. I think you are able to see that in our Veda Ganga volume 27. So to say, this is what is the practical utility that we want to get from any scriptural book, whether Rigveda or Yajurveda or Samveda, what it can do to me in my practical life. I am always having suffering and lose mind, lose health, and all these things is there because our mind right in the morning drops away, it drops. And we have got to screw up our mind and make it really stable. That's a mood management, it is called. So in our software people, in management, they'll give mood management. It should not grow low. It should not grow high. It should be normally maintained. So there was one seminar, workshop done on mood management in Prasad Kalyam's University, and a souvenir was given to him. He gave me that. So I wrote an article on that. Our L.R. Kashyap has published that article in his own bulletin or somewhere. So to say that mood management is done by Devi when we take to Saundarya Lahari Shloka, because she is present in the Muladhara Chakra and is up to Sahasrara, the topmost. Sahasrara Sirojata Vasitaye Namo Namaha. So what is the importance of Sahasrara? Shiva is there. Her husband's house is Sahasrara, very far. So her native place is Muladhara mountain. She is a Girikanya, and Rudra is a Girisha, and Rudra is Girishaya Namaha, and Girikanya. So Girikanya, in the Shiva Sankalpas, there is one beautiful set, Tanme Manas Shiva Sankalpa Mast. So Girisha and Girisha. That's why we have that kind of spiritual and behavioral. So because Parvati and Parameswara, they belong to same land. Both are mountain girl and boy. So therefore they have mountain habits, rough. And Parvati might lose her moods. Therefore Shiva will say, Rama Rama Rame, Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tattulyam, Rama Nama Varanane. Varanane, Rame, all these are compliments to Parvati. And that's exactly is the, I think, inspiration for Shankaracharya to write Saundarya Lahari. Because Parvati, Shiva had absolute praise and appreciation for Parvati. Therefore, Saundarya. And moreover, After writing Saundarya, let me complete. So these are all some of the benefits when you do. And moreover, you don't worry about it, Parayanam. If you just go study all the 100 slokas or all other slokas, the Saundarya Lahari, you will definitely get it. And more important is the meter chosen by Shankara for the Saundarya Lahari. It is called Sikharini meter, Chandas. Sikharini is containing 17 letters. And among that, 9 plus 8. 9 letters is Shiva Shakti, and 8 letters is Parvati Shakti or Amma Shakti. So to say, Shiva Shakti Eka Swarupini, that is what otherwise called Ardhanarishwara Swarupa. What has Shankara done? All through the time, only 1 meter is employed, Sikharini, Ardhanarishwara. Thereby, whenever we make a Parayana or praise of Devi, we are going to have the influence and grace of both Shiva and Parvati. And thereby, there is no problem at all. Actually, as in our practical experience, if man goes, the people will ask, what about your wife? Nim henti bandilva antare. Henti matra hodre, enri ganda bandilla, karkond bandilla, ni ubre bandra anta. Ibru hodre, oh, bandi, Parvati Parameswar bandittare antare. So that's exactly is the cream of the message from Saundarya Lahari, where you have Shiva and Parvati together working. Some people say in Saundarya Lahari only Shiva, only Parvati is described. No, there is no word utterance without Shiva and without Devi. Shiva Shakti is compound. That's why, in order to remove that kind of doubt in all people, Shankaracharya has written the Shivananda Lahari. See, that's another important thing that we note at Shivananda Lahari. So there also 100 slokas. But in Shivananda Lahari, Shankaracharya is little liberal. He has not sticking on to 1 meter like Sikharini, 17 syllables. But in Shivananda Lahari, he has changed the meters. And there again bhakti, here also bhakti. So when you club the Shivananda Lahari and Saundarya Lahari, you will get completely rewarding them. And now, because it is a spiritual session, in few minutes I'll complete. And when are the days when we can resort to this Devi Puja? It is said Tuesday, Friday, Purnima, Ashtami. These are all the important days where you can take to the Aradhana, Devi Aradhana, because these are all the 2 days when, and moreover for Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday are for Shiva. So Shiva Aradhana, the remaining other days, that is other than Tuesday, Friday, and on Purnima, both are to be respected. That's why, if for example, it is my Guru, Nadi Grandhakarta, Gunjur Narayan Shastri, one time he read the Sukhanadi. He gave me the Sri Vidya Upadesham in 1972 on Kartika Suddha Purnima day, and his Guru Anugraha is there. I am able to speak like this and inspire so many people to turn to Devi Aradhana, Devi Upasana, and Devi to be worshipped through Homam. And therefore, and afterwards we get the, and now I want to say, we have got the yantra. How many yantras are there? Yantra are the diagrammatical representation. They are all square, the triangles are there, pentagon is there, hexagon shape is there, square is there, circles are there, rectangles are there. So these are all the various yantras which are drawn depending upon the power, influence, and effect to be done of each sloka by Shankaracharya, Saundarya Lahari. For example, look at this book. We have got yantras at each sloka. Like that, their mode is changing. Look here. So this is one kind of yantra, and there are the bijaksharas kept on that. So through yantrara. And moreover, yantra puja is very quicker compared to the parayana and all that. So mantra What is mantra? Mantra is the embodiment of energy of all gods. Don't feel that if you utter a mantra, every letter is a vibrant energy, and that energy occupies your system, internal and external. If not, immediately you see the difference. In course of time, you'll feel the influence of it. Therefore, the yantra, and that's why it's called mantra. And yantras are the vehicles. Yantra rudaha uchyate. Yantra is a vehicle. You board on that and you travel. That is, there are diagrammatical representations. And moreover, just now we have got the Kundalini Shakti, which has been explained to you summarily, that it is a Kundalini is imminent Shakti, which you can activate by the Upasana of Gayatri, Panchadasakshari, or Shodasi, or like that. And incidentally, I just like to point out to you the most important sloka, which is the 27th sloka, where Shankaracharya is a practical person. Among all acharyas, not only he's founded the Advaita system of philosophy and wrote so many Prakarana Granthas, but he comes to the desk of each and every ordinary fellow. So you have got a courier service, desk to desk. So from one desk to another desk, like that is our Shankaracharya. If it leaves your desk, it goes to another desk. To whose desk you want to go? That's exactly. Japo jalpaha silpam sakalamapi mudra virachana gatihi pradakshinya kramanam ashanadi ahuti vidihi pranamaha samdesha sukham akhila atmarpana drusha saparya paryaya tava bhavatu janme vilasitam me vilasitam yatu. Whatever direction and mode of worship that I adopt for my convenience, please, O Devi, accept it as your aradhana. And this is the sloka where Shankara tells you that you can just japa, jalpa, silpa. You can refer to my translation and notes on this important sloka. There are 13 ways of upasana to Devi. All these form the Srividyopasana items or limbs. And so Shankaracharya, when he talks about the worship of Shiva, he says sarvam yatkila. He says that whatever I do, that's all your worship only. Sarvam Shivarpanam. I'm just yajjat karma karomi. I'm getting it. Yajjat karma karomi tattadakhilam sambho tavaradhanam. You see, look at the word chosen, name chosen to Shiva, not any other Shambho. That Bhakara, when once you say Bhakara, people become alert. There is no ignorance of it. That's why in Lakshmana will be always calling his brother in Ramayana series, Bhaya. Whenever he calls Bhaya, Rama becomes alert. That's Bhayam. So, because Lakshmana is an emotional fellow, he will just disturb. So, this sloka is very important. That's why I have already given the various diseases and the commensurate thing. For example, I told you 44 sloka for getting married or making the people getting good wife. And again, another sloka is, I told you 58. And then we have got for senior citizens, the last portions of the slokas are important because our health is important. Maintenance of the health. And 28th sloka should be recited every day by everybody because that talks about the the health of that sloka, and healing also is there. That's 28th sloka is important. Like that, I can keep on giving each sloka, and that's why when we introduced the culture of Saundarya Lahari Homa, right from 2001 Chaitra Suddha Purnima Day, we introduced, and I don't remember the year, for the past 20 and odd years, every month, the third Sunday, 11 o'clock, people meet. And our puja sir and our group, X is there or Y is there, rain is there or sun is there. So Homa used to be conducted. And that's why that Devi Anugraha is too much upon all of us that we are able to sit here with that. So this 20th sloka, I advise to all people to keep reading. That 20th sloka is Sudhamapyasvadya pratibhaya jara mrityu harinim ipadyante vishve vidhisata makhadi divishadaha karalam yakshvenam kabalitavatah kalakalana na shambho tanmulam tava janani tatanka mahima. Here again, as Shankara said, Shambho Janani, Amma is there, Appa is there. Tayi and Tande, when both are there, the baby will be very peaceful. Appa illa anta dukkha illa, Amma illa anta. Appa Amma ibru kanidre, the child is absolutely comfortable. Like that, I can keep on talking, but we are all bound by the time. So telling that the Saundar Lahari is a practical manual. It is not only for enhancing our academics and make academic gymnastics. Academic gymnastics means writing on commentaries and commentaries. I should thank my children that most of the work on the Saundar Lahari I did when I was visited as a visitor to America, sitting here with their cooperation. So this volume, and this is available in my website. I request all visit and or download. Or if I come there, I can give you the hard copies also. Some people are having. So that everything. And apart from that, to enable everybody, I have written Saundarya Lahari Practical Yoga. So Prayoga Yoga. And this is a short book. And therein I have given Saundarya Lahari Namavali and Homa manual, and also some articles about this is the Namavali that I have given 2002. In Kannada script also is there. And some articles also are there, meditation and difference in yoga treatises done by Dr. Lale. So these are all some of the important, and my Guruji, Dr. B.S. Krishnan, also has written one book on that. He is our Guruji from, so he has got Saundar Lahari, and this is every sloka, a yantra and application and everything is there. This is my property of Saundar Lahari, which I use and which I impart to all people, and this is open to everybody. But you are all very busy in your own respective occupations. I cannot compare, but take 5 minutes, because to utter one sloka takes hardly 2 seconds or 3 seconds. So if you spare 1 minute, minimum 4 or 5 times you can tell one sloka. And in that example, Arulalan recited 20th sloka, that is for cancer, chronic diseases, and etc. 1 lakh times. And he did Homam, Lokarpanam, he did it. At that time, when Purnahuti was asked, the Devi appeared when the 9-yard sari was given. She, look at this photo, she gets something like in sari shop, the doll is being decked with a sari advertisement. So this is there in my Saundar Lahari book, and I hope if Prasad is there, he can project it also, that photograph. Anyway, so this is what I meant to say, that whenever you call Devi, she is present, she is live. So Tambula, why she could be present? Because she is Tambula Purita Mukhi. She is having the Tambula Charvanam, a leisure time, she will listen to that. So with all these few ideas on Saundar Lahari, I conclude with a prayer that Padaus Kalitam, Bhumaus Kalitapadanam, Bhumireva Valambanam, Trijata Paradhanam, Tvameva Saranam Shive. So Shiva, and also if at all we slip on the ground, we fall on the ground only. Therefore, we are all doing that. Thank you very much. May Goddess Tripura Sundari bless all of you. Continue the Saundar Lahari Parayanam or Homam or one sloka Japam and all that. It will keep you managing your life, body, mind, and spirit. Thank you very much, Sri Ram. Now I
Namaste, Guruji. Namaste, Guruji.
Hri Om, Namaste, Gurugana.
Namaste Guruji, Hari Om Guruji.
So,
Namaste Guru.
Namaste
Ramesh,
Hari Om.
give us something feedback.
Sir, Namaste, Guruji, Ramesh here. Thank you very much, for pushing me to attend this. Your repeated phone calls and prodding made me have a wonderful evening. Once you asked me to prepare myself to give a brief on the Saundarya Lahari, it was indeed a big challenge. But here are some few notings that I thought I must do justice to what you have asked me to do. So, and again, I have tried to look at Saundarya Lahari or the whole concept of Shiva and Shakti from a practical viewpoint, from a viewpoint which is possibly a little more easier for a younger generation to understand. So here are some of my notings that I want to read it out. Prakriti is energy, activity, vibration, and the creative of power. Parameshwara, incidentally, is stable, inactive, immobile, and yet a very supreme. The practical conversion of this is like Parameshwara is like the SpaceX launch vehicle. He's like the ISRO rocket launcher, which is sitting out there. Huge, massive, and it has the ability to launch us or the satellites or human beings to space and outer space and maybe to Mars tomorrow. But this whole Parameshwara is just a monolithic structure, inactive, and just a piece of engineering marvel without the fuel. And who is the fuel? Shakti is the fuel. Shakti is the unbridled energy, which by itself has no role to play. What is a 10-liter fuel? It is of no use. But once it is harnessed and once it is inside this engine, it fuels the rocket. And the rocket has the energy, or the Parameshwara gets the energy from Shakti to break through the Earth's gravity and go into space. Similarly, once the Shiva Shakti union happens and we pray to this joint entity, their blessing on us is immense, and it will help us to take off on a spiritual journey. So thank you very much, Guruji, for these 100 strong shlokas of Saundarya Lahari. It's definitely not easy for even the most learned pundits to understand it. But for somebody like me, it is just musical. It is just poetic and deeply subtle. Whenever my wife Veena sings through the Saundarya Lahari, it's a musical treat. I may not. And today I have understood quite a number of the meanings of these shlokas. But then this is what the Saundarya Lahari is all about. Finally, I am grateful to you, sir, and I'm sure others are joining me. Those who are here, those who are not here, and those who have by accident or by chance or by destiny happened to meet you. Definitely, I would like to thank you for you coming into our lives and in giving us a spiritual journey. Okay, and what have you done for us? There have been hundreds or even thousands of Saundarya Lahari homas that have been conducted in your classes in Jayanagar. And there are equal number of individuals. You did mention a few of them. I would like to say that I am one of those few who have greatly benefited by these Saundarya Lahari's Homa in my own personal and business life. So it has kept us happy. It has kept us cheerful. So once again, thank you very much, sir, for allowing me to speak a few words and this enlightened evening. Thank you very much and good day to you, sir. Namaste.
So now Veena should appear and thank everybody for their...
So unfortunately, she is not here at this moment, but I will make sure. Yes, yes.
So then you only do the job. So you have to thank.
I have, sir. Thank you very much. Beginning from Gopal, sir. I mean, what an excellent way for us. I'm sorry I missed out Madam's recitation by a few minutes. But beginning with Madam, thank you, Madam. It's always inspiring for us to talk to you. And then Gopal sir for your for the Kundalini shloka or the musical recitation that you gave us. And every one of you here are known people to us. And so thank you very much once again for your participation, for making this a memorable Sunday evening for all of us, and probably for some of you a Sunday morning. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Namaskar.
So Vasan also recited about that. So Vasan, Anjaneya Prasad, and Ramesh, I don't. He is a senior student. Joined. He says 2001. He joined the center with his brother-in-law Satyanarayana, and they have been continually attached, but they are not. They have not graduated and go away from the center. There are so many people who graduated and disappeared. Because a teacher's desire is Amayantu Brahmacharina Swaha, Vimayantu Brahmacharina Swaha. Another teacher, our Gopalji, has also, so many people learned yoga from him. Many people are just spread themselves and they are doing it. So like that, Ramesh is an engineer, but I tried to bring him into the spiritual plane, bent of mind, keep on doing these things. And he is a pet student of Dakshinamurti also, Paramatma, who is a good. So we have so much of spirit that only makes us really lively and lovely and happier. And our health is maintained. Our yogic powers are improved and so on and so forth. So I think everybody, I should thank whoever present and whoever, and moreover, this is a record. And similarly, Anjaneya Prasad, in the man, how an engineer looks at Bhajagovinda Stotram. Now Ramesh has given how engineer looks at it, scientist, this Soundar Lahari. Now he gave. So we have a number of science people, because of this internet facility, coming and sharing their all sorts of use, and see that our scriptures are being properly brought to the desk of everybody in a line of thinking, and very much happy. So I thank everybody, including Ramesh, including Veena, who could not make it. But anyway, I wanted her to come and make a guest appearance at least. But anyway, she had so many things. And again, thank and Anjaneya Prasad and all that. So Vasan, please recite.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Vunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu Shri Vasudevarpanamastu Shri Veda Purusha Ashirvadostu Om Sarvam Matru Charanara Vindarpanamastu Om Tat Sat.
So very
Hariom
good.
Guruji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Hari Om, Namaste Guruji. Hari Om.
Hariom Guruji.
Very,
Namaste
very
Guruji.
good.
Hariom Guruji.
So very nice. We stop there.
Hari Om, Namaste Guruji.
Oh, very good. Thank you. All are devotees of the Soundar Lahari. Good luck, Sri Ram.